You are seeing this video because you manifested this advice from Spirit. So welcome. Thank you for joining me for this Pick a Card Tarot reading where we are getting advice from Spirit about any problem that you are having right now. In this tarot reading, Spirit is interpreting the energetic significance of the problem you are having, as well as giving some advice as to what you should and probably shouldn't do in order to have the best possible outcome to this situation. So let's go ahead and take a look at our pile options for tonight. Pile 1 has a citrine crystal. Pile 2 has an amethyst heart. Pile 3 has a Lemurian quartz. And pile 4 has a red Jasper heart. Pick as many piles as you would like, and when you are ready, use the timestamp below to jump ahead to your group reading. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get some advice on your current situation. See you soon. Hey pile 1, you chose the pile with the citrine crystal. Let's go ahead and get Spirit's advice on any problem that you may be having. I've written out how this reading is going to be structured today. We're going to pull 4 cards. The first card will represent the problem that you are having. The second card will represent what you should do. And the third card will represent what you probably shouldn't do. And then we will pull an oracle card, which will reveal the likely outcome of this problem. So let's go ahead and pull some tarot cards. We have the 8 of Pentacles, the Lovers, and the 2 of Cups. Okay, pile 1, let's go ahead and interpret your tarot cards. So what I'm noticing right away is that in all 3 of these cards, we have the individual looking directly into the face of either another human, an animal, or some kind of creature of sorts. So the way that I am interpreting this is that whatever problem you are having is like right in your face. So it feels very hard to ignore. It's in the repetition of your daily life. It seems to have kind of infiltrated your love life as well. But whatever it is, it's staring right at you right now. And Spirit wants to acknowledge that that can feel really intense. It actually has its benefits because there is no disillusion surrounding this problem. You are not seeing it unclearly. You have a full grasp and understanding of what is going on here, and Spirit wants to assure you of that. So don't feel that you don't have all the information. The situation and the energies around this problem are apparent to you, and you're not really missing anything in regards to this concern. So your intuition is sharp here. You see exactly what the problem is. Let's go ahead and find out what you should and shouldn't do in regards to this problem. As you remember, your first card represents the problem itself, and you got the 8 of Pentacles. So with the 8 of Pentacles, what comes out here for me is this little fox that the woman is creating. The fox is a friendly trickster. So there might be a little bit of chaotic or mischievous energy surrounding this problem. But the main way that I am interpreting this is that whatever concern, whatever trickery is going on in your life, it has a benevolent undertone. And what I mean by that is that it's happening for a reason, and it's actually guiding you to a more beautiful outcome than you currently realize. What's also worth noting is that since the woman is creating this fox, Spirit might be insinuating that perhaps this problem is something that you have inadvertently manifested into your life. And by focusing all of your attention on it, you're actually causing the problem to grow. It may have started really small, and then gradually over time, the weight of this problem has just gotten more and more unbearable, to where it's gone from something really small that you think that you can take care of really easily, or oh, that was kind of annoying, and it's just kind of built and is now looming over your head. So that is the energy of the problem that you are having, group one. Let's go ahead and take a look at what Spirit's advice is as to what you should do in regards to this problem. And you got the Lovers. So with the Fox here, we have the creature that you are facing. And with the Lovers, you are also facing a different creature where we have this kind of crow-headed individual here. So the way that I am interpreting this in terms of what you should do with this problem, Spirit is inviting you to kind of like unite with this problem, befriend it, love it. And this is going to create a really fulfilling and unexpected outcome for you. In other words, don't give this problem more power than it should have. You are feeding it with the energy that you put into it. So instead of thinking of this thing as something that is out to get you, as to something that is screwing up your life, Spirit is inviting you to instead align with this problem, befriend it, accept it as a part of you. And this is where real growth for you is going to happen. The problem lies in when you put too much into your energy of trying to diminish the darkness, into diminishing this shadowy side of ourselves. In this energy, we're actually perpetuating it, and we're allowing it to grow bigger than it needs to. I'm hearing, don't build a mountain out of a molehill. That is a very old saying, something that maybe my grandmother would say. But the energy underlying that message is clear. This problem is of your own creation, and now it's here, and it is bonded to you in this sense. So learn to love it, because there is something here that has a lot of potential. We have a rose tree here. So this problem for some of you may be related to concerns of the heart. Or even for the others of you that are maybe not having issues with a relationship of some kind. Union with this problem, integration with this shadowy side of yourself is going to help you in your romantic life. It's going to help you to align with a more abundance mindset. And this is really what Spirit is telling you here, group one. Shadow work could be helpful to a lot of you, taking some time to journal and meditate on this problem, and trying to sit with the emotions, knowing that they will soon pass like clouds in the sky. I like the fog here moving through this image, and we also have some cloud imagery here. Spirit is reminding you that this is going to pass. Don't perpetuate it, don't cling to it, just accept it and love it, because by loving it, you are bringing more self-love into your life, and this is going to amplify abundance and love in every other aspect of your life. So that is what you should do. Let's go ahead and take a look at Spirit's advice as to what you probably shouldn't do in regards to this problem. So with the Two of Cups here, we kind of see this zoomed in perspective of what the image is in the Lovers card. And the way that I'm interpreting this in terms of Spirit's advice for what you probably shouldn't do is don't get locked into this problem. Just like we were saying earlier with the Eight of Pentacles, don't get over focused and perpetuate this issue, because it's only going to cause it to grow. Spirit is saying that integration and obsession are different energies. Integration is acceptance, it's loving yourself, it's quietly accepting the good and the bad, the light and the darkness in your life. And you can kind of see that here with the Lovers, with the serene, almost passive look on the individual's face. But with the Two of Cups, we are locked in. We are gazing really hard at this concern. And this is only going to cause it to grow. So yes, Spirit is confirming here, just like in the Eight of Pentacles, to not overthink this concern. Don't let it consume you to the point where you are making it out to be bigger than it actually is. Quietly integrate it with love, knowing that soon it shall pass. And you're going to find a really beautiful outcome here. And speaking of, let's go ahead and pull our final card an oracle card, which will reveal the likely outcome to this problem. And we have, I seek guidance from others when I cannot find my own way. So once again, in this oracle card, you are not alone. You are surrounded by forces, both physical and metaphysical, just like the energy of your first 3 cards. So the outcome of your problem here is going to be positive. You are going to get the truth and healing that you are looking for here, group 1. You may come to this conclusion with the help of others. If you are feeling alone, Spirit is really reiterating here that it is quite the opposite, that even the forces that feel like they are against you are actually here to bring something into your life. It could be a romantic endeavor. It could be just a matter of peace and abundance in your life, but this is happening for a reason, and you are actually being guided to something much better for you. Just like we started out here with the 8 of Pentacles, with the little mischievous spirit guiding you to a positive outcome, Spirit is affirming here for you that this is in fact your truth, your light, and that whatever this problem is, it is leading you to a positive outcome. So be still, integrate with these shadowy sides of yourself. Do not fear them, but also do not perpetuate them and allow them to grow bigger than they need to be. And know that you do not have to do this on your own, that there are plenty of resources for you, that there is so much love for you with the lovers here. And you do not have to deal with this on your own. And you are going to find the light, find the healing that you need here. And you won't have to do it on your own. So that is all that I have for you, group 1. Thank you so much for watching. It was an honor to read for you today. If you enjoyed this video as well, please leave me a like, comment, and subscribe on my new page here. Have a wonderful night. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye. Hey, group 2. You chose the pile with the amethyst heart. Let's go ahead and see what solution Spirit has for your problem. So I've written out how this reading is going to be structured today. We're going to pull 4 cards. The first card will represent the problem that you're having and the energetic significance of this problem. The second card will represent what you should do in order to have the best possible outcome. The third card will represent what you probably shouldn't do. And finally, we will pull an oracle card, which will reveal the likely outcome of this situation. Let's go ahead and pull some tarot cards. We have the 8 of Swords. The 2 of Swords. And the 10 of Pentacles. Okay, group 2, let's go ahead and interpret your tarot cards. So I'm sure you've noticed that the 8 of Swords and the 2 of Swords look very similar. In both images, we have a woman who is bound, and more significantly, blindfolded. So energetically speaking, in regards to the problem you are having, right now you feel trapped, you feel paralyzed in a very uncomfortable position, and your heart is going through a lot right now. But even though things feel really hard right now, Spirit wants you to know that you are not seeing the full picture. And this is a positive thing for you, group 2. Right now, you are blindfolded. You're not wanting to see the full truth of this situation. So all you can do right now is just feel the pain of these 8 swords digging into you. And this is weighing you down. It's making you feel trapped and powerless. So it would make a lot of sense of why you would feel trapped, because what your body is experiencing right now is only the pain of the situation. You haven't yet lifted the veil and revealed the full truth. To see that rebirth is coming for you, to see that this illumination is going to guide you to a much better situation. So let's go ahead and take a look at your second card, which represents what you should do in order to have the best possible outcome in this problem. And you got the Two of Swords. So this is kind of like the sister to your Eight of Swords here. We have another maiden, a mermaid this time, who is blindfolded and has this time taken the swords in her hand and crossed them over herself. Energetically, this means that this problem requires some kind of choice. And to you, it seems like neither choice is a good option for you. So instead of choosing one way or another, you have taken these choices and locked yourself in exactly where you are. So in terms of what you should do here, Spirit is gently suggesting that it is time to make a decision. There's no pressure in terms of the timing of when you make your life choices. The energy here is more saying, you can escape this. I can see that you're in a lot of pain. But it's only up to you whenever you decide that you're done with it. So if you're waiting for some cosmic force to come in and to cut you out of this negative space, Spirit wants to remind you that nothing is going to happen unless you take that first action towards something new. So if you're afraid of leaving a bad job, for example, or a bad relationship because you're worried about being lost and in a situation where you're feeling lonely once you've made this choice, that's not really the energy that's being reflected in your reading today. We have the dawn breaking in the Two of Swords here. And this is going to be immediately apparent to this mermaid once they remove this blindfold. So I think as soon as you make a decision one way or another, you're going to have a rapid sense of rebirth. So what is causing this pain for you right now is not the action of taking your first steps, it's staying where you are. So Spirit is suggesting that it might be time to spread your fins here and explore the ocean of potential that lays before you. So let's go ahead and take a look at your third card, which represents Spirit's advice as to what you shouldn't do in order to get the best outcome from this situation. And you got the Ten of Pentacles. So in the Ten of Pentacles, this is the first card in your entire reading where you are no longer blindfolded. So I do think that this is another confirmation from Spirit that once you move from the situation, once you see it clearly and make your first steps of action, this is going to lead to a lot of beautiful fulfillment for you. You're not going to feel so alone anymore. You won't feel like you have to deal with all of this on your own. You're going to be joined with the people and animals that feel the most significant to you. And this is already present for you now. So in terms of what you shouldn't do in regards to this problem, don't forget the things that exist for you now. Don't get so caught up in this feeling and this negative emotion that you neglect to see the things in your life that are going really well. Taking some time to appreciate and indulge yourself in the abundance that exists for you right now is so important because it's going to remind you what feels good to you. You've been feeling really bad for quite some time now. You've been feeling trapped. So Spirit wants you to take some time to do what feels good for you right now. Hang out with your family, go to a nice dinner, take your dog for a walk. And this is going to bring you the illumination to see, hey, this is what I deserve. This is what is in alignment with my highest good. This is my highest happiness. And I don't need this any longer. Okay, let's go ahead and pull our Oracle card, which will reveal the likely outcome of this problem. I wake up with gratitude for a new day of opportunities. I love this. So in terms of how this problem is going to resolve, soon you're going to feel reborn. We have these flowers again that we were seeing in the Eight of Swords and the Two of Swords here. Rebirth exists for you and soon it is going to be yours. And the way that you are going to unlock this is by practicing gratitude for the things that already exist for you now. So this is very beautiful confirmation from Spirit that things feel really perilous right now, but they are leading to a really beautiful rebirth for you. What I love about this is the individual in this card is still, just like in the Eight of Swords and the Two of Swords, but instead of feeling trapped and penetrated by negative emotions, this person is still because they are just soaking up the abundance that now exists for them. And that is just so lovely. What's coming up for you, group 2, is a very positive rebirth, and you're going to just be soaking in this feeling of being in the right place for you. So, group 2, you are going to find a place of stillness that is both healing and full of new opportunities. And you are going to escape this state of paralyzation where you are still out of outside forces that you feel that you can't escape. So, that is a really beautiful transformation that is happening for you right now, group 2. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy this reading, please leave me a like, comment, and subscribe on my page here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have a great night. Bye-bye. Hi, group 3. You chose the pile with the Lemurian Quartz. Let's go ahead and see what Spirit's solution is to your problem. So I've written out how this reading is going to be structured today. We're going to pull 4 tarot cards. The first card will represent the problem that you're having and its energetic significance. The second card will represent Spirit's advice as to what you should do in regards to this situation. And the third card will represent Spirit's advice as to what you shouldn't do in regards to this problem. Then finally, we will pull an oracle card, which will reveal the likely outcome to this situation. So let's go ahead and pull some tarot cards. We have the Knight of Wands, the King of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. Let's go ahead and interpret your tarot cards. So what I'm really noticing here, which is a bit unusual with this deck, is in all 3 of your cards, we have the main image, including some kind of animal or beast. So we obviously have the horse here, the wolf, and the ox. Maybe some of you have been seeing some of these animals in your daily life as signs from your spirit guides, so that could be significant for some of you. But another way that I am energetically interpreting this in terms of the problem that you are facing right now, it may be related to your basic needs that my dog is barking in the background. We'll say that she's affirming this. Some of you may be having problems surrounding basic need, food, clothing, housing situations, the most fundamental aspects of our existence. But another way that you could look at this problem is that generally you are in a beast-like mindset. And I know that sounds really harsh, so bear with me. By beast-like mindset, I mean that you have had to put emotions aside for whatever reason and a little bit of logic, and you are really jumping head first into something out of pure instinct. So this pairs really well with your first card, which represents the problem that you're having, and you got the Knight of Wands. And this is exactly the energy that I was referencing. With the Knight of Wands, we are jumping head first into something new. And specifically with this tarot card, we are doing it without a lot of thought or consideration. Obviously, there are many reasons that will be personal to each of you why you are jumping into something. You might feel like you've been pressured to do so due to limited access to the needs that you require. Or you may have just hit a breaking point and you're over a situation, so you are rushing ahead. You're not really sure what lies ahead of you. As long as it's not where you've been, though, you feel like you are satisfied with this action. So that is the energy of the problem that you are having right now. With this unstoppable energy, there's a lot of different ways that it can go. It can certainly benefit you and provoke a sense of adventure, but it could also lead you into dangerous grounds that you weren't expecting. So maybe that is the problem that some of you are facing, is you felt rushed or jumped headfirst into something, and now you're not quite sure what this means and if you should continue on this path. So let's go ahead and take a look at Spirit's advice as to what you should do in order to have the best possible outcome. And this is represented by the King of Cups. So with the King of Cups here, you are carrying on through this journey that you started kind of head first jumped into, and things are really unclear. We have the fog shrouding your sight, and as you're kind of drifting, not quite sure where you're headed, you are experiencing a bit of confusion, though I suspect with the little smile on the wolf's face here and the zealous energy of the Knight of Wands, there is some contentment in this new journey and in the steps that you've began to take here. But in terms of what you should do in regards to this problem, Spirit is inviting you to explore the emotional waters around you, or in other words, you are going to find the clarity to your path and to your situation by taking some time to explore these emotions that have come up for you. You're in a new situation. You're not quite sure what is behind each corner. So now is the time to really meditate, to really ground yourself, because these feelings that you are having are clues from your subconscious as to what you can trust and what you should probably veer away from. So that is what Spirit's advice is to you in terms of what you should do while you are embarking with the dog. No pun intended. And my dog was barking earlier. Gosh, I mean, that is a parallel here, so maybe that's relevant to someone. Anyways, as you are embarking on this journey, don't neglect your emotions. Don't try to navigate through your clouded mind. Ground yourself in this limbo state that you're in, and this is going to show you the most clear path. And this is going to grant you the predictability that you've been missing ever since you've started this new chapter of your life. Excitement, adventure is really fun, but at the end of the day, as human beings, or maybe something a little bit more than human, we value some time grounded. So make sure that you are not neglecting the clues that your intuition is giving you right now. So that is Spirit's advice as to what you should do. Let's go ahead and take a look at Spirit's advice as to what you shouldn't do in regards to this problem. And we have the King of Pentacles. So Spirit is asking you here, as you are doing a lot of work on yourself and you're taking some really impulsive action, to not neglect the people in your life that are here for you. Maybe as you're taking these first new steps for yourself, some of your personal relationships have deteriorated, and this is something that you're going through in your life. And you may be interpreting this as them being angry with your success and with your new chapter. And Spirit is just gently reminding you here that while you are fulfilling parts of your life that you really need, that it's really important to maintain these relationships as well. These people in your life, whether this is family, a partner, friends, a mentor, whoever it is, or what are going to keep you grounded during this unpredictable season of your life. So be sure not to neglect this gift from Spirit, because it is more than just superficial relationships. It's what's keeping you tethered to your roots and keeping you from floating away or floating adrift, in addition to the work you're doing with your emotions. So this is another aid to you while you are on this new journey. And Spirit just wants to remind you to not underestimate the power of these connections that you have. Another interesting message that is coming through to me with the King of Pentacles here is that if you are feeling seasick while you are on this journey exploring new treacherous waters and interesting emotions, Focus on the King of Pentacles, which represents the earth. So this could be a nudge from Spirit for some of you to practice some grounding. Go outside, put your feet in the dirt, and visualize yourself rooted deep to the core of the earth. And this is going to bring you a lot of stability and clarity on your path. The King of Pentacles wants to help us. It wants to grant us the abundance of the earth, which is in your physical life. So this is a gift that is being posited to you as well. So let's go ahead and pull an oracle card, which will reveal the likely outcome of this problem. And we have, I take what life throws at me and have fun with it. Wow, literally spot on to the energy of your reading here. You have jumped headfirst into something new, and this may have been of your own accord, or the reallocation of your necessities have changed, which caused you to have to jump into something headfirst. Regardless, you are entering a new time, and it is a little chaotic and it's a little bumpy to navigate. But Spirit is affirming here that this journey is taking you somewhere really abundant. When you do eventually wash up on shore here, there is a lot of opportunity for you here, a lot of wealth and success in your physical life. So Spirit is affirming that you are on the right path here, though it may feel rocky. I knew that you were secretly loving this with the with the have fun with it. You certainly seem to be enjoying this new pace, at least to some extent. I know not all aspects of the first steps are exciting, but Spirit is glad that you are making do with what you have and being really brave and just encompassing this beautiful, adventurous spirit. So in terms of how this is going to turn out for you, keep on your path here. Keep yourself rooted when you need to be. Don't be afraid to explore what your intuition is providing you in terms of clues as to your next steps, and know that you are headed to a really abundant and grounded place in your life. Okay, group 3, thank you for a beautiful reading. If you did enjoy this video, please leave me a like, comment, and subscribe on my page here. I'm so grateful to you for watching. Thank you so much, and I hope that you have a good night. Bye-bye. Hey, group 4, you chose the pile with the red Jasper heart. Let's go ahead and see what solution Spirit has for your problem. So I've written out how this reading is going to be structured today. We're going to pull 4 tarot cards. The first card will represent the problem itself and its energetic significance. The second card will represent Spirit's advice as to what you should do in order to have the best possible outcome. And the third card will represent what you probably shouldn't do or what to avoid in order to get to this best outcome. And finally, we will pull an oracle card, which will represent the likely outcome of this situation. So let's go ahead and pull some tarot cards. We have the Two of Wands, the Six of Swords, and the High Priestess. Okay, pile 4, let's go ahead and interpret your tarot cards. So as you remember, your first card represents the problem itself and its energetic significance, and you got the Two of Wands. With the Two of Wands, you are ready to make a decision. You have been thinking about something for a while, and you see a variety of paths laid before you. And right now, you are in the place before the action. If you have come to this reading with a plan in mind and you're not quite sure how to execute it, Spirit is assuring you here that this journey, this next step, is in alignment with your highest good, and you have prepared enough. You are strong, you are ready, and you are capable to move forward. So the energy of this problem is nearly at its completion. And what I mean is Because we are seeing the back of this individual here, I'm energetically interpreting it as like your problem is still very much here for you, right at your back. You see, I'm kind of like making a monster mouth with my hands. But if you imagine it this way, that you have kind of first taken the first action to turn your back away from a situation, look ahead and really kind of create this intention and plan of moving forward. And this is the current state of this problem, this situation that you're going through. So that could be really reassuring to some of you to know that you have already made the first steps to solving this problem. So let's go ahead and take a look at your next card, which represents Spirit's advice as to what you should do in regards to this problem. And you got these Six of Swords. And this is just perfect because this card represents your first step in action away from this bad or negative situation. In the Six of Swords, we have the woman who is donned in kind of grieving clothing here with this black dress. And she is taking a slow but steady journey towards healing. With the Six of Swords, there is pain here, there is heaviness, but just like I was saying earlier, it is behind you. Like it's kind of got the edges of your skirt, and you can certainly still feel it here, but you really are energetically moving away from this and moving towards healing. And with the flowers blooming here in the night sky and the waxing moon that you are holding to your cheek, there is a rebirth that is happening through this transition. And you may already begin to feel this as you have the beginning glimpses of light hitting your face here. And you're only continuing to move closer to it. So in terms of Spirit's advice as to what you should do, Spirit is encouraging you to take these first steps with the notation that it might take some time, but you're going to feel better and know that you are moving towards a better place. And that is very commendable. Spirit is very proud of you and your decision and is really excited to bring you to a horizon that's going to be so much more pleasant for you. So that is Spirit's advice as to what you should do. Let's go ahead and take a look at Spirit's advice as to what you should avoid doing with this situation. And we have the High Priestess. Also worth noting with the Two of Wands and the High Priestess here, we have the repetition of the number 2. So that may be significant to some of you. And what I have also noticed is that in the High Priestess, we have the Priestess grasping a now waning moon, which mirrors your waxing moon here. So this is representing you at the end of this journey. You have washed up on a new shore. You are illuminated with the healing that you have gained here, with the strength in your intuition that you've gained. And as you are here in a brand new start, Spirit wants you to remind you to stay connected to this powerful intuition of yours. This journey that you have gone through has not been easy, and you've had to navigate some really difficult waters and had to leave some things behind that feel painful. And through this journey, you have been granted this kind of like sovereignty. Like you have come out really powerful and your intuition is really sharp. And as you are receiving all of these new blessings, all of these new opportunities, Spirit wants to remind you to never let go of the lessons that you learn here. You are going through this journey for a reason. This problem, in a sense, is a blessing in disguise and is acting as a transportation between where you are now and where you will be. So the details of this journey are important. Pay attention to what is coming up during this time. And as you enter your rebirth era, don't forget the lessons so that you can grow from an entirely new foundation that is rooted in pure magic. So that is Spirit's advice as to what you shouldn't do in terms of this problem. Let's go ahead and pull our Oracle card, which will reveal the likely outcome of this problem. And we have, I forgive myself for past mistakes. So group 4, As you are moving through this time that is really tender for you, be gentle with yourself, be gentle with your growth here. Just like we have the woman cradling the moon, we have the dual images of the individuals cradling each other here with your oracle card reveal. So Spirit is reminding you that as you move through this journey, as you are really finding yourself and integrating the dark aspects of yourself with the light. So the likely outcome of this situation, you are going to have to navigate some deep emotions, but this action that you are taking away from a certain situation or problem is bringing you to a new shore where you have fully integrated your light self with your shadow self, and that is reflected here with your oracle reveal. So that is all that I have for you, Group 4. Thank you so much for watching. If you did like this video, please leave me a like, comment, and subscribe on my new page here. I'm really grateful to share this part of your journey with this tarot reading, and I hope that you have a great night. Bye-bye.